Hey guys, Tina here and welcome to another video in my year in review series of videos that I have been posting throughout December. This time around I will be talking about the trilogies and series that I have completed this year. I have non-spoilery reviews on all of these trilogies and series, so I will not go into depth about them here. First trilogy I want to talk about is The Royals by Aaron Watt. This consists of Paper Princess, Broken Prince and Twisted Palace, and it tells the story of Ella Harper, who is this normal teenage girl. Well, normal in the sense that, you know, she doesn't have any powers or anything like that, but she used to live with her mother and they moved across the country a lot, but then her mother passed away and Ella is now determined to finish high school and put herself through college to create a better life for herself. And in order to do that, she's actually stripping at this club, and that is where we almost, you know, meet her. And then Callum Royal enters her life, and he claims to be her father's best friend. And since her father has passed away, he's now her guardian, and he, you know, picks her up and sort of flies her across the country to his mansion where he and his 5 sons live. And those boys are not happy to have Ella there, and they make her life a living hell, and the story takes off from there. All in all, this was an okay trilogy. It definitely wasn't my favorite, but you know, for more information, check out my review. Next, I finished The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. This consists of Raven Boys, Dream Thieves, Blue Lily Lily Blue, and finally The Raven King. And it tells the story of Blue, who lives in this small Virginian town, and she lives in a house full of psychics, and sadly she's not one of them, but she does amplify their power, so she is special in her own way, and it has been prophesied that she will kill her true love with her kiss. So she's avoiding boys, and especially Anglion-by boys. Anglion-by is this private school for rich and pampered boys, and Blue really cannot stand those guys. And it's not until she comes across Gansey, Adam, Ronan and Noah that she changes her opinion slightly, and she joins them in their quest. They are searching for a long dead Welsh king that is supposed to be asleep on one of the ley lines in the vicinity. And if you wake him up, he will grant you a wish, and that is basically what the series is about. It's a really enjoyable series. It has this really beautiful writing style. It's so really, it's unlike anything I've read before, and I really enjoy these books. And yeah, what I have to say about these books, that they have so much potential for rereading, because every time you pick them up you find something different in them, and you notice something that you have missed before. And I cannot recommend these books more. I actually have a review on them as well, as I mentioned in the, you know, at the beginning of the video, and I will be linking it up above and down below, so you can go check it out. You're probably tired of me talking about the next trilogy, but nonetheless I will mention it one more time here, and that is the Mapmaker Trilogy by S.C. Grow. We have The Glass Sentence, The Golden Specific and Crimson's Q. This is a trilogy about Sophia Timms, who lives in a world that it's divided, you know, continents, and different part of continents are in different time periods, which makes travel and, well, all relations pretty problematic. She lives with her uncle, who is a map maker. He's really well known, and she wants to learn the tricks of the trade. But before she does that, she wants to actually find her parents, which, you know, they were explorers, but they have disappeared years back when she was a little girl, and now she's determined to find them. It was a really adventurous read. These books were a lot of magical elements, great characters. It was such a joy to read about. Again, I have a review on it, and please check it out. Next I have a trilogy by an author that is sure to become one of my favorites, and that is the Farseer Trilogy by Robin Hobb. We have Assassins Apprentice, Royal Assassin, and Assassin's Quest. These books tell the story of Fitz, who is the royal bastard. His father abdicated his position when he learned that he has fathered a bastard, and that leaves Fitz to be raised in the royal court without really any support from, you know, family at first. He, you know, is raised by the stable master at first, and then later on the king decides that he will be his future assassin, and as such he becomes the Assassin's Apprentice. And throughout these books we get to see him grow up from a small boy to a man about 20 years or so, and he has to deal with a lot of court intrigue and plotting and conspiracies, and it was a really magical world, a really enjoyable read, and I'm happy that I have finally picked these books up. And yeah, next year it's going to be the year of Hop, is what I'm predicting. Again, I have a review of these books up if you want to check it out. The last trilogy that I managed to read this year is The Magicians by Lev Grossman. We have The Magicians, The Magician King, and The Magician's Land. And these books tell the story of Quentin, who is this regular guy. He lives in Brooklyn and he's about to go to college. And, you know, he's obsessed with this book series that tells the story of Fillory, which is this magical land. He naturally doesn't believe that it's true, but when, you know, he's accepted to Breakbills, which is a school for magicians, his life turns around, and soon he realizes that Fillory is quite real, and well, he goes on an adventure there. These books were well, you know, you have to give them some time. It takes a little bit for you to get into them, and at least in my experience, the characters are not necessarily likable. You know, actually they're not likable at all. None of them. Throughout the books you see them grow and they become more likable, but none of them are perfect, or they're just so flawed and really, well, human. The books tend to be somewhat slow at points, but Grossman's imagination, which I have mentioned in every video where I talk about these books, is just phenomenal. He comes up with the craziest ideas and they're just really magical. And as a whole, this series is really a great read and I do recommend it. Again, I have a review on it and I will be linking it everywhere, and hopefully you will decide to pick it up. Those were all the series and trilogies that I managed to finish this year. Hopefully next year will be a bit better. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed these, you know, when I read them, and I really loved them, and I cannot recommend them more. So all in all, I'm really pleased with that, and thank you for watching this video, and see you in my next one. Bye!